Hello, students. Today we will study a Vachana by Akka Mahadevi. She is a great saint and a poet from the 12th century. She dedicated her whole life to God, whom she called Chenna Mallikarjuna. In this Vachana, she expresses her deep love for God as if he were her husband. Let's go line by line and understand. First line. I loved a handsome youth, formless, deathless, and beyond destruction. Let me give explanation for this. Akka Mahadevi calls God a handsome youth, but he is not a human being. He is formless. He never dies, and nothing can destroy him. She means God is eternal. Now let's move on to the second line. I loved a handsome youth, placeless, infinite, entire, and without a sign, O mothers. Let me give explanation for this. Here she says God has no fixed place. He is everywhere. He is infinite, complete, and has no physical mark or symbol. Now let's move on to the third line. I loved a handsome youth who is birthless and fearless and bold. Now, let me give explanation for this. She says, God was never born, so he has no beginning, he has no fear, he is bold and powerful. Now, let's move on to the fourth line. I loved a youth who, being boundless, is immeasurable. Let me give explanation for this. God has no limits. He is so vast and infinite that no one can measure him. Fifth line. Oh, mothers, I loved my husband Chenna Mallikarjuna passionately. Let me give explanation for this. Finally, Akka Mahadevi says openly, Oh, mothers, my real husband is God, Chenna Mallikarjuna. For her, God was not an idol or an idea. He was true beloved. She gave her whole life to him. Students, the moral of this Vachana is that true love for God goes beyond form, beyond place, and beyond limits. Akka Mahadevi teaches us that devotion means complete surrender, where nothing in the world is more important than God. She saw God not as far away, but as her closest companion. Now let's move on to Satyakka. Another saint poet like Akka Mahadevi, she also speaks about her deep devotion to God, but instead of searching for God outside, she realizes that He lives within her own heart. Let's understand this line by line. First line. Thinking that He is outside, I talked foolishly. Let me give explanation for this. Satyakka says earlier she thought God was far away, living outside in temples or places, but now she realizes that was a mistake. Second line, He lives in my heart without letting me know it. Let me give explanation for this. She realizes God is actually inside her heart, close to her, though she didn't notice it before. Third line, I cannot describe the unborn who is everywhere. Let me give explanation for this. She says, God was never born. He has no beginning. He is present everywhere. So it is impossible to fully describe him. Fourth line, I lost my heart in his void. Let me give explanation for this. She says she has given her whole heart to this formless God who has no shape or body. Fifth line. What shall I do, O mother? O mother, if I forget my formless husband reminds me. Let me give explanation for this. She says even if she forgets God for a moment, He reminds her of His presence. He is like her formless husband who is always there. Sixth line. Our Shambhu Jakeshwara is good to those who know him. Let me give explanation for this. Finally, she praises her god Shambhu Jakeshwara, saying he is kind and merciful to all who truly know him. Students, the moral of this Vachana is that God is not far away. He lives within us. If we keep our hearts pure and full of devotion, God Himself will remind us of His presence. Satyaka teaches us that true spirituality is an inner journey, not just an outer search. Students, both Akka Mahadevi and Satyaka teaches us that God is beyond form and place, yet very close to us. True devotion means seeing God as the deepest love in our hearts and surrendering fully to Him. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe, and tell me what chapter you want me to do next.